Hey, this is Laura. I am here at Hangout with Priscilla Block.
Hello.
I am so excited to get to sit down and talk to you. So I wanted to ask a few questions. I know that like heading into 2020, you were having a really hard time. You've spoken a lot about like how you were having trouble making ends meet and, like it was a really dark time for you, but then you exploded on TikTok. So with those like life struggles that you were going to through COVID, were you able to like enjoy going viral and like having thick thighs save lives and PMS like have that kind of explosion?
You know, it was a very weird time for me, and I think a lot of people didn't know how much I was struggling through that time. Like, I was 4 months behind on my rent. I moved out of my apartment. I moved into this little shack in Nashville. I didn't even have AC in my house. And so, social media started moving and growing, and I still, I didn't know that my life was going to change overnight. But there was just something, that was happening, and in my heart, I knew that it was bigger than that. And I did try to enjoy all the moments, and I'm just so thankful for it. And, I've gone through so much shit, I'm during that time, I'm like, I know I can get through this. And it was the fans that kind of pulled me out and raised their hand for me and literally made so many of my videos go viral, which led me to the music industry.
Yeah. I know that I've described your music as music for girls who want a trauma bond over Busch Light.
I mean, I'm down. I love that. It's the girls that want to let loose, have fun, maybe cry a little bit,
Yeah. So I know that you met Justin Moore at a benefit concert.
Yes.
And then I know that he volunteered to help you out in any way you needed,
Yeah.
and then actually reached out to you about doing the collaboration. Yeah. So how was that for you?
Oh my! I mean, it was amazing. I've been a Justin Moore fan for so long. I mean, I used to sing his songs in the bars. So meeting him was awesome, and I expressed that I was such a fan of him, and he was so nice to me. I think we really that night, because we were playing the show together, and I think that we just both, I don't know, we had this newfound respect for each other, and we were big fans. And I think even him more so than I ever thought. He was like, wow, how can I help you out? And I'm like, I don't know. And anyways, he gave me his number that night, and then that song, they got that song, and he was like, I'm gonna call Priscilla and see if she wants to be on it. And I mean, that was a dream come true. I had no clue it was going to be the radio single, let alone a top 15 that we have right now at country radio. It's just moved so fast, and it's been amazing, and I'm honored that he asked me to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's funny because I listened to an interview that he did, and he was like, oh yeah, I offered to help her in any way that I could, and then I was reaching out to her and asking her for her help for me instead.
I laugh every time he says that, because I'm like, okay, I was not doing you a favor. Come on. Let's not not give yourself the credit you haven't had 11 #1 songs at country radio, right. And I'm still working on my first. So
yeah, but I mean, that song, I couldn't imagine anyone else being on that song with him though.
Aww.
The way that you guys harmonize and you your vocals together, it's phenomenal, and that song is incredible, and it's one of my favorites, and I scream it with the windows rolled down in the back roads of Alabama. So so I know that a lot of what people ask you about is body positivity, and I just wanted to ask, as someone who has had EDs and still suffers from body dysmorphia, what was your journey to get to this point where you're just fuck you, yeah. I am who I am, I'm beautiful, you're a goddamn goddess. So, but what was your trip? Because I know you have a lot of trauma, and I have a lot of trauma, and so those things can kind of be harder for people who have faced a lot in life. And so what was that journey like for you?
I think that it still is a journey. I don't think that everyone always brings up the body positivity, and I'm so thankful that I can be somebody that inspires people to love themselves and love their body. But I think it's something that everyone struggles with. And there was a time of my life, especially like in high school and middle school, where I hated myself. I hated my body. I didn't go to the pool. I never went to spring breaks because I didn't want to be in a bathing suit. And I think moving to Nashville and everything that happened and when the viral thing happened online, I think sorry, I'm kind of like jumbling my words right now, but through that, I feel like I was able to really just be who I was. I wasn't putting on a facade on the internet. It was just me, and I was being a train wreck, and whatever, and people loved it. And I think that confidence really comes from people like you and people that I meet and fans that are like, you make me love myself. And it's been a journey, and I think when you hear that, I'm like, why wouldn't I love my body and love myself? And fuck it. Like, literally, we could die tomorrow. You think, like, I'm going to miss going to the beach because I didn't like the way that I looked in a bathing suit? Like, that's just fucking dumb.
Especially over a man. Like, we dress for the girls.
But anyway, all that being said, it's been a journey for me. And just because I am super body positive doesn't mean that I don't have bad days where I struggle with my body too. And I think it's just, we've got one body. Why spend your life hating it or feeling insecure?
So building on top of that, I know you just did a collab with SHEIN. So what was that like for you?
It was crazy. Like, I've been wearing SHEIN since I was in high school. I've been wearing it forever. So it really was just kind of like an organic partnership. Like, they had noticed that I was wearing their clothes, and it was really cool because, like, we've reached out to brands like, hey, like, would love to work with you, but they actually, like, noticed me. And, the whole process was amazing. I wanted to make sure every single item that I chose for the collection would be pieces that I would wear myself. And it's really cool. Like, it's super size inclusive, which was really important for me because there's so many girls that come up to me. They're like, where did you get your shorts? I'm like, SHEIN. And so the sizes I think they go up to like 4X, which is great. And so I will get messages from girls like, I'm wearing the booty shorts because of you today. I'm like, hell yeah, you are. Like, it's so cool. Everything just makes you feel good, confident. There's bikinis in there. So it's been really special. And I think the response to it has been literally like way past anything that I could have ever dreamed of.
That yellow number you were wearing at Stagecoach, that was part of the collection, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
And I'm going to be wearing SHEIN today, so just wait for the outfit. It's pretty amazing.
That's exciting.
So yes.
Okay, so I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this up. I know you're in a tight deadline.
Yes.
So it was incredible to meet you.
You too.
Thank you so
And
much.
you're so beautiful.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Yeah, you too.
Thank
I
you.
mean,